everybody, it's Jago here with the Shot Clock podcast. It's our second guest who was involved in the Dublin Basketball Challenge. It's Niagara forward, Noah Thomasson, number 21, all the way from Houston, Texas. Welcome to the podcast. How's things, man?
It's good. Thank you for having me on.
No problem. Look, it was one of those things. You'd got M.V.P of the tournament. You came in at 0-2. You left Dublin 2-2, and I was involved. I was around your squad for the weekend, and just the culture and how good you guys were, including speaking to my stepdaughter in a souvenir store at 11 p.m. on a Saturday night. I needed to get you on, and you know, if my under 17 girls team, if they could, they'd have each one of you on, one every day for the next year. So it was kind of, I was pressured, but not pressured into this. So how have things been since you got back from Dublin?
Things been well. We played a couple games. We lost one and won two. You know, we're just, like I said, we're trying to get better every day and keep working and just taking it one day at a time.
And I'm getting to you just after a film session, getting ready for the next game, I presume. Yeah. So just tell me, whereabouts are you now in your practice facility?
Yeah. So we're in the main arena right now. Right now we're in our team room where we watch film and just get better at every day off the floor. You know, watching film and learning things about different teams. So just small stuff like that. Amazing.
Look, we'll get going. It's 11 to 13 questions. Nothing too stressful. It's going to take about 30 to 40 minutes, depending on how much you want to tell me and how much you want to share. And we'll circle back to Dublin at some point because I want to get your thoughts and experience of being over here for a start and then being involved with the community outreach programs with Inspire Sports and Sport Changes Life. So we'll circle back to that. But let's start with who, what, or why inspired you to pick up a ball for the first time?
I feel like this is an easy question. I think my mom, you know, she's a big sports fan. She loves basketball, loves football. So at a young age, I can, you know, I remember stories of her telling me how I would be sitting in the crib just watching basketball, watching Kobe Bryant, watching, you know, Tracy McGrady, all those type of guys, and while she's just, you know, sitting there watching with me. So I definitely say my mom inspired me to play basketball.
Excellent. It was my mom that inspired me too. So it's always a nice connection when moms are involved. Did your mom play?
No, that's what makes it kind of funny because like I tell these coaches all the time when they were recruiting me, like, you know, she knows basketball very well. So if you get on here telling her that, oh, you know, my son be doing A, B, and C, and that's not the case, she's gonna know, like, you know, hey, you guys aren't telling the truth. So she knows a lot about basketball. She calls me all the time and tells me when I didn't play well, when I did play well. So she's my biggest critic and she's my biggest fan.
Excellent. Shout out to moms.
Yeah, shout out moms. I love her.
Second question, favorite teammate and why?
Okay, so on this year's team, I would say my favorite teammate. You know, I love all my teammates for sure. You know, they bring different things to the team, and that's what makes us the best version of us. But probably David Mitchell, number 14. He's you know, our leader. He's our captain. You know, he's kind of like that glue guy for us. You know, it's one of the things that when he's out there on the floor, I get more confident on the defensive end because I know he knows his stuff and you know, he takes a lot of time out and works on his game a lot. So David Mitchell for sure.
Excellent. Great answer. So look, you've played, you went to JUCO, then you went on to Houston Baptist. Now obviously a senior with Niagara. Who's been the toughest person you've had to guard? And then who is the person who plays you the toughest?
It's funny because I think the hardest person I've ever had to guard was on my team last year. Marcus Hammond, he's at Notre Dame now. I think him being a left-handed player like me, it's kind of like messes me up a little bit because I don't play a lot of left-handed guys, and the way he can score the basketball is just it's hard to contain him at times. I'll say the person who's guarded me the hardest, maybe this year, you know, we played Iona last week, probably Barrick John Louis, you know, just the way he can really impact the ball. And he's athletic, so he can challenge shots too. So he made it definitely tough for me. It was probably one of my harder games this season.
Excellent answer. So basketball players notoriously superstitious or into their routines. Have you any superstitions or have you a pre-game routine that if you get messed up, if you feel it impacts your game?
So I'm not gonna say it's a superstition, but it's just something I do before the game. I don't listen to any rap music, you know, I take a shower at least like probably like before we get on the bus to head out. I have to take a shower. Like it's a must, or I feel like I'm just not really ready to go. Like But the biggest thing is probably no rap music. I think it kind of gets me too amped up, and then I'm not really in a rhythm to play. So I don't try to listen to rap music at least 2 hours before the game.
Excellent. That's a strange one.
Yeah. If I do listen to rap music, it'll be like literally right before tip off, because then it kind of gets me back up to get ready to go. But I want to be at a steady pace throughout the entire, warm ups and stuff like that.
And is that important for your mental, that you're at a level, before you get on the court, that you don't want to be too amped, but you don't want to be too low either?
Yeah, for sure. For me, definitely, mental is probably the biggest thing that helps me, succeed. Is if I'm not really in the right mental to play, I'm not going to be focused on making my shots or making the right reads or, knowing what guy does what. So just different things like that. Especially being a guard, you have to kind of know everything out there. So if I'm not in the right mental space, it can be challenging for me to play.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. You're majoring in communication, so does that come true as a player? Do you, use any skills that you've learned in class to impact your teammates?
Actually it has. I call it effective communication, just knowing what guys I can kind of poke a little bit, and what guys I have to kind of dial it down a little bit. So I think with maturity and just being older, you just kind of understand that type of stuff. Like I know like certain guys on our team, like they don't do well with probably fussing at them, so you have to kind of put your arm around them and just say like, hey, I'm here with you, like next play I know you can do it. And the other guys is kind of like that tough love kind of thing. And it's the same thing for them. I'm a guy that I can take, tough love. So they get on me a lot if I'm not playing well. And, I understand, it's love out of it. So the communications definitely helps me a lot with, trying being a leader on the floor.
And speaking of leaders, you're playing for, possibly one of the greatest young coaches out there at the minute in Coach Paulis. How does he, guard to guard, how does he communicate with you and with the whole team? As I said, I was around a couple of your practices when you were in Dublin, and the level of culture and the level of the standard that he holds you guys to, both on and off the floor, is just incredible. And it was a humbling learning experience for me, just seeing him communicate with you guys, in the hall in Dublin. So can you speak a bit on that?
Like here, the term is best is a standard, give your best. And he says it all the time. It's on the court and off the court. If a C is your best, and he's okay with that, but he wants us to give our best at all times. And I think it is, playing for him is the best thing that happened for my career, just of playing for, a former point guard. I'm able to learn so much, with him. When I first got here, there's things I didn't think I'd ever be able to learn how to do. And he kind of put it in a way that made it, a humbling experience of knowing that I'm not where I need to be at yet, but I can get there as long as I keep listening and doing the things that, they need me to do. So I'll say playing for GP is a blessing. I see all the work he puts in every day, and same with the other coaches on our staff. They put in so much work for preparation and getting us prepared to play games. So it's one of the things that when I get out there on the floor, it's no reason why I shouldn't give my all to them, because I know they're going to do it for us.
Amazing. As I said, just being around the culture, it was something small. My 11-year-old nephew was with me when I first met you guys. And for each of you to introduce yourselves to him, and it happened to be his birthday weekend. So he felt like 10 foot tall, that these college players, D1 players are, shaking his hand and hugging him and thanking him for being there. And the experience that he was involved in giving you coming to Dublin. He walked out of that gym feeling 7 foot tall.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh my God, like those guys are just amazing. I want to be around more people like this. I was like, look, you put the work in, that can be your future. But if you don't put the work in, the closest you're going to get to them is shaking their hand in Inchicore on a Tuesday evening,
Yeah.
Let's just talk about Dublin. How was your trip? Was it your first time to Europe? Was it your first time outside the States? Or
so it wasn't my first time out of the States, but it was my first time to Europe. So I liked it. Like I loved it, actually, just being around you guys. You made it feel like it was home for us, and we're a long way from home, but just getting to see all the people and the appreciation that you guys have for us, when we playing out there and wanting to shake our hands and take pictures, that's, like I said earlier, that's stuff that I remember for the rest of my life. I know it was a big thing for you guys having us come out there and play, but it was a big time opportunity for me and an experience of just seeing that type of stuff. Cause I know when I was a child, college basketball is a norm for us. So I've been to hundreds and hundreds of games, so it's not really that big deal to me. But seeing the impact that we had on you guys was, it was a touching moment for sure. Like, and it was kind of one of the things, like, I know I gotta play well because this is you guys only get this opportunity a couple of times, so I know that I gotta put on a show for everybody.
Yeah, and that you did, coming back with the MVP award, which was pretty cool, and 2 wins, like we said, which was excellent as well. But like, you also got to get out into the community and meet with kids in primary schools and maybe inspire somebody to pick up a basketball. And that was all down to Sports Changes Life and Mark and Deirdre and Gareth and their crew. How was that getting out into the community and actually, getting out of the basketball hall? Because a lot of people I speak to on the podcast, they say that, they travel extensively with basketball, but all they see is the inside of the gym and the inside of a bus or a hotel. So how was it to actually get out and touch hands and speak to people?
Like I said, it was a touching moment. Like you said, like when we travel, for the most part, it's for 2 days. We're in a hotel and then we're practicing and we're playing. But with, like, these coaching staff, it was one of the things, like, we've been doing different things like that in the summertime. So when we got around, all the kids, it just kind of brightened up my day, just of seeing how happy they were and hearing some of the things they have to say to us. We told them a lot of things and what it takes, but just listening to, how they live, how they go to school, just different things like that is something I had never done before. So it's something that, like, I appreciate and I'll remember for a long time.
So plenty of great memories. So, if the opportunity arises, playing in Ireland wouldn't be too bad a thing.
It's funny because I was talking to my parents and I was like, I could see myself living over here. Like, it's not too different from the States. It's a little different, with the steering wheel being on a different side, but I get used to that. But the food was good. Like, it's everything it was similar to being in the States. So it's somewhere I can see myself playing at.
Excellent. We'd love to get you over here. I'm sure there'll be a queue of teams looking to bring you in. Look, let's get back to the actual, official questions. 5 kicks to play in. What's your go-to?
So everyone around here kind of knows this, but I'm a Paul George guy. Paul George 4s, they're old. They're not a new pair of shoes. I'm not a guy that's all about how they look. It's about comfort. They could have holes in them if they're comfortable, and that's what I'm going with. And I don't switch it up. I'm not gonna go to multiple pair. If I'm playing well in this pair of shoe, I'm gonna stick with them for the rest of the season. So I kind of make it easy on our staff. I just tell them, hey, look, this is the only pair of shoes I want. If you can't get them, that's fine. I'll buy my own pair.
So what's your thoughts on the new PGs, the Hot Wheels edition and the What The edition, the silver ones? Have you seen them yet?
Nah, I haven't seen them yet. Like I said, I really don't. I guess as I get older, I'm not really into that stuff anymore. But as a child, it was like, oh my God, I got to get these new pair of shoes. But now it's like, if it's not comfortable, I don't want them. Like they might look nice, but if I can't wear them, it's fine. So I think I'm gonna end up getting me a new pair of them just to see how they feel. But like I said, Paul George 4s is my favorite pair of shoes to play in.
And you can still get them, like, through the staff and through the university. You can just ask for PG4s.
Yeah, for sure. I just tell them, hey, you know what shoes I want. If you guys can get it done, please. Thank you.
Amazing. I mean, geez, I wish we could do that over here. I'd love it. So look, you and 4 others going to a pickup game. Who are you bringing with you?
This could be NBA players or just my teammates?
Ooh, choice is yours.
Okay. If I'm going to a pickup game, I'm definitely taking LeBron James with me. That's my favorite player of all time. Let me see. I'm taking my teammate Joe Kasperzik. He's a bucket. He can really get buckets. So that's a hard one. I think I'm gonna take the rapper J. Cole. I always wanted to hoop with a rapper and see how that would be. That would be cool. And then lastly, I gotta have a center. Shaquille O'Neal for sure. Shaquille O'Neal. It's the best center of all time. I gotta take him with me.
Yeah, definitely. Look, and on that, let's go. Who's on your Mount Rushmore?
Okay, let me see. LeBron for sure. Steph Curry. Steph Curry changed the game of basketball. You got to put him up there. Michael Jordan. Shaquille O'Neal. Maybe Magic Johnson probably last. I don't know. That's a tough question. I respect all of their games, but you got to kind of go with the guys that you like.
So, what's your opinion on the whole MJ, Kobe, LeBron? Who's the GOAT? Where do you lie?
Okay, so I'll say this. I think LeBron James is the greatest player of all time. Like, the greatest specimen of a basketball player. The way he impacts the game, longevity. You know, we haven't seen anyone do this at this such high level for a long time. I'll say if the game's on the line and I got $1,000 on the game, I'm going with either Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant. I kind of feel like they're similar players, so it's kind of just whatever you want to choose. Kobe Bryant was more my era, so I would probably go with him more because I never really watched Michael Jordan. I'm born in 01. Michael Jordan was almost out the league by that time.
Oh,
so yeah, 01. I'm a young guy, man. But yeah, Kobe Bryant is more my era, and I've just seen all the great shots he's hit. So I'll say LeBron James is the greatest player, and Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant is a toss-up. They're the greatest scorers we've ever seen. You got to throw Kevin Durant in there as the greatest scorer too. He's a pretty efficient scorer too.
He's pretty efficient, all right. Yeah, absolutely. However, I heard the other day that Paul Pierce had said that who'd surpass KD? Did he say Luka?
I have no idea. It's funny because
I'm a basketball player. Oh, sorry, it wasn't. It was Jason Tatum. That's who it was. I was like, oh my God, no.
Nah, yeah, I don't agree with a lot of Paul Pierce's takes. I think Jason Tatum is a great up and coming star, but I don't think he's past Kevin Durant yet. Kevin Durant's got 2 NBA championships, so it's going to be kind of hard to do that. So
yeah, come back to me when you got a ring. That's
yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. Right, so we'll switch lanes a little bit. You said J. Cole you wanted to play some ball with. Top 5 musical artists of all time.
All time. Okay, so this is in no order, but my 5 would be probably Michael Jackson, just the way he just performed and all that stuff. I wish I was a little older to see him, performing different stuff like that, but I love his music. He's actually a person I listen to all the time, even before games at times. Lauryn Hill, female artist, she's one of the greatest in my opinion. She's just the way she is just smooth. When I hear it, it's kind of like I just want to sit back and just relax and just chill, things like that. Here's GP right here.
Hey, Coach.
Shot Clock Podcast, guys from Ireland.
Hey, Coach, how are you?
What's going on?
We need to get you to sit down with us.
You got the right guy right now.
Look, it seems that way.
We'll get together though.
Excellent. Cheers, Coach.
Happy holidays.
You too.
Nah, yeah. So yeah, Lauryn Hill is number 2. Drake's number 3. Jay-Z's number 4 for sure. Number 5. That's Number five. Oh, probably J. Cole. It's somebody, like I said, I grew up on, and I like his music. I love his music actually, and it's just not too much. It's not too upgoing. It's just chill, and just kind of just gets me by.
Excellent. Right. So next question: give me an album you can listen to without any skips.
Album that I can listen to without any skips. I have to go back. Probably Lauryn Hill, the Education of Lauryn Hill. Probably her album. I can listen to that literally all day, every day. Like the entire plane ride to Ireland, that was maybe what I listened to the most. So just her album, it helped me sleep and helped me relax a little bit on the plane.
It's really funny because like Lauryn Hill is my era, but like Zaria from Marist that I had on last week, she's a big Lauryn Hill fan too.
I like I said, she's just it's not too upgoing. Like I said, I'm a chill person of like what I want to listen to, and like I said, even pregame I'll put on Lauryn Hill in the hotel room and stuff like that. And so I'm an old soul guy. I don't really listen to all the new stuff.
They seem to be old beyond your years.
Yeah, for sure.
I like it. So you're the DJ. What 3 songs are we warming up to?
Okay, so that's if we're warming up. Let me see. I'm not gonna say necessarily songs, but I can tell you 3 artists that I definitely got to hear, like during a game. Probably ESTG. That's a newer guy. I definitely got to hear some of his music before. That kind of gets me ready to go. When it's literally about to tip off, like I got to hear something to get me going and amped up. Probably some Lil Baby. Put him on there, and then third, Babyface Ray. That's another one that if I hear him before the game, and if my teammates hear him, we be kind of ready to go. We listen to him a lot in the weight room too, so that could be
So do you lift every day?
Preseason we lifted like almost four times a week for sure. Now that we're in season, it's you got to kind of save your bodies a little bit. So we lift every now and then, but I feel like you need it, to help your body out when you get in times like this. So you prevent injuries and stuff.
Cool. So not that you're that too far gone from this age, but what advice would you give to 16-year-old Noah?
My advice would be don't disrespect the game. Work out, and take it serious, because like I've built, better habits now at 21 than I was at 16, but I feel like I left a lot of points on the board of just taking advantage of the opportunity. I feel like if I would have known what I know now, it would probably have gone different for me in high school and stuff like that. So that's really it. And another thing, just, run your race. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. You don't got to worry about what other people got going on. Just, kind of stay in your lane and your vision and your plan, and just keep going with that. That's really it for me.
Great advice for any up and coming player. So, dead or alive, 5 dinner guests. You can have friends, family, or famous. Who's sitting down at Noah's table for dinner tonight?
Okay, so if it's dinner tonight, my mom is at the table for sure. That's my road dog. I definitely got to put it in there. Let's see. Probably Malcolm X. I'm a big Malcolm X fan. I read a lot, so I try to get into different things like that. Michael Jackson, just want to hear some stuff he has to say. You said 5 people, so I got 2 left at the table. Let me see. Barack Obama for sure. And then 5th person, I throw somebody in there that people wouldn't necessarily think. Let me see. A 5th person. I like WWE, so I'll probably put like Ric Flair at the table too. Just to have somebody funny in there. Put him in there.
Love it. My all-time favorite wrestler is The Undertaker.
Oh, yeah.
Hands down, the GOAT.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Right, so we've reached the end, which it's a bit sad. I hate when it comes to this bit, because it's been really enjoyable with you, man. I'm just looking over your shoulder at all the quotes on the wall. What an amazing thing to have in your facility.
Like it's these are words that we kind of hear every day. Control the controllables is probably my favorite one, because if it's something you can't control, don't gripe on and move on. And next play is on there. Execution, find a way, be on time, winning plays, just different things that. And the thing is, like, you can use these in every aspect of life. It's not just basketball. Control the controllables with school, with your grades. Don't wait to the last minute to do a homework assignment, and then she doesn't let you do it, and then you're mad and fussing. You could have controlled that by doing it early. Like, just different things like that. So when I first saw it, when I first got here, this wasn't here yet. So when I saw it, I was like, nah, that's dope to have that on the wall and stuff, and different things we can see every day. Same with the other side, best is the standard. So, we try to, have our pride, behind these different words we see every day. So
I love best as a standard. That's a powerful one. Absolutely. Yeah. Love that one. I could be using that myself from now on. Yeah. Just back to the dinner. Are you cooking dinner, or are we, ordering takeout?
I'm definitely not cooking. My mom maybe cook something up, some good Texas food, but we can go out somewhere. I feel like it'd be best to go to like a nice, restaurant and sit down and just talk and listen to what people have to say.
Amazing. Look, last question. I said, Noah, look, I really appreciate you giving up your time, considering, you'd film today. Obviously, you're there with your coaches and teammates. But look, as I said to you, my under 17 girls, actually, could you give my team a shout out? Just a shout out to the Fair House under 17s.
Fair House under 17. Shout out to you guys. Thank you for, just showing your love to us. We really appreciate it. I hope I can, potentially come back to Ireland and meet you guys again, watch you guys play. I would really appreciate that. So shout out to you guys.
Amazing. Thank you. I will be the most popular coach in Dublin right now. So yeah, excellent. Thanks for that. So last question, who would you like to see on the Shot Clock podcast, but you have to help get that person?
Okay. So if you can get GP on it, obviously, he's got great stories from, playing at Duke and then switching to play football at Syracuse.
Sorry, Noah. How ridiculous is that? How ridiculous is going 4 years at Duke and then switching to Syracuse and switching sport?
So that's the thing. Like I said, like playing for GP, like you hear all those stories of, Coach K and all those different things. Like it's a thing. Like I just kind of just be quiet and just sit back and listen. Cause I'm like, wow, that's a lot of stuff. Like I've seen so many things from him and learned so many things from him that I haven't learned in my entire life. So it's like, he's a guy that if you can get him on there, you got to get him on there. From our team, maybe I think we'd have to go with the big fella, Harlan Obioha. He's a freshman from Kansas. He's got an interesting story. You will probably want to hear it. He's a guy that I think with a lot of the fans out there will like him. So Those are the two guys that I think, and it's whoever you want to get on there. I can make it happen anyway. So you just let me know.
just to for full disclosure, I have a list here. So just shout out to Rachel and Freya, because these were the two that really went after this one. So I need to get Braxton on.
Okay, I can get that done. We can get that done.
I don't think he has to speak. I think he just has to sit there and smile, and they'll be happy.
Braxton's a rock star, man. He's got the hand tattoo going, got the dye going.
Hair, man. Yeah, it's all about the hair.
I rock with it, man. It's one of the things I'm like, Braxton, just be you, man. Just do you.
Yeah, but look, we'll reach out to the rest of the team as well. Harlan, I'd love to hear his story. See, he's what, 7 foot? Is that the 7-footer?
7 foot, and he can move pretty well to be that tall. He's got good hands, and he's like I said, I'm gonna let him tell you his story. He's got a lot.
I want to hear that story. Noah, look, I really appreciate you sitting down. This episode's going to go out Friday. I'll send the links. I'll tag everybody that I can tag, and you work on the boys to get them sitting down with me.
Got you.
Just before you go, just give me a Ric Flair woo just before we get out of here.
Oh, the Ric Flair woo!
Love it, man. Love it. Look, appreciate you. Best of luck in the next game, and we'll definitely be checking in on Niagara every week or so.
Okay, thank you for having me. If you guys can watch games and need anything, you know where to find me. So thank you for having me on here.
Cheers, man. Absolutely. Thanks a million.
All right.